Namaskar, welcome to another episode of DilSe Stories. Today we are very excited to have a very young and energetic band from India, Last Minute India. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hi. um,
Please go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience.
So we are Last Minute India, and my name is Subodh. I write songs and I play the bass.
Hey guys, this is Bhumat Gaur from Last Minute India, and I'm the rhythm guitars in the band, and I help a little bit with the production stuff.
Hey everyone, I'm Samaksh Namdev. I am responsible for the drum duties for the band Last Minute India.
And everyone's fitness.
Yeah,
Of course, yes.
and everyone's fit.
And I'm Dr. Parag Bharadwaj. So let's get going. Um, how did you come up with this name? It's quite interesting.
So me and Bhumit were like in an engineering college. So for your information, me, this guy, Samaksh, Austin, we all four are engineers by background. So I'm electronics telecommunication. He is same. Samaksh is also EXTC and Austin is production
Yes, yes,
engineer.
electronics. Me also, yeah.
Electro. Yeah. So we met in college and like me and Bhumit, and we were going to this competition, inter college band competition where it was like, battle of bands kind of stuff. And we just went, like, we played one of our song and we just went there. And what we realized is that we are playing, like, on the stage, and by fluke or by whatever thing, we won that competition. And that happened once and we are just back. Okay, and in like 5 or 6 more days we play another competition and we come second, and these guys are asking what is your band called. And we had no name, so we just told them no name. And these guys announced that the band is no name. No name. So then we came home and me and Bhumit were talking, me, Bhumit and Austin, ki bhai, we have to come up with a name. And दूसरे दिन विद्यालंकार college था. It's a college in Bombay. And we were standing backstage and we were like, bro, last minute hai. अभी तक हमारे पास नाम नहीं है. So this guy said कि भाई band का नाम last minute. So that is how the name last minute is up.
Great. So, you remind me of that saying sometimes the best things in life happen by accident, right?
Yeah.
So, it sounds like that's sort of the background of how your band was formed, right? Now, the band has 5 members,
Yeah.
and you said four of you are engineers.
Yeah.
So
So
who's the
the
odd one
other
out?
guy is the vocalist. He
Okay.
is like, he is from a science background, but not an engineer. Yeah.
All right. So how does that work? So you're engineers and you're now into music. I'm always fascinated because engineering is all about numbers, right? And
Yeah.
a lot of musicians, I've learned over time, music has a lot to do with math. As much as, it is said that it is, art form that comes straight from the heart, but there's a lot of math involved. So do you see any
Absolutely.
overlap, or do you see that it comes naturally?
Samaksh is the right math guy.
I knew that. So both. So my journey into the world of music is a very strange one. I had never planned that one day I would want to be a musician, performing in front of an audience. And originally, so I had started, showing interest in music, like started to play percussion instruments when I was in my school days. And the journey started when I was in my grade 5. And when I finished my school and everything, my first dream was to become a scientist in astrophysics. So that was my first ever dream, and I am still very passionate about learning about the space and everything, how it works, things in the space and everything. And after that, it was unfortunately I did not get enough support, and I wish I did, but I did not. And then I planned on getting into the Indian Navy. So it's a very sad story that these are the two things I wanted to do. First astrophysics and then Indian Navy. But unfortunately, I wish I did get enough support. But then I was left with my choice that what else do I have in me? So then I realized that this is a gift that I was able to understand music and relate to it and play music, play a particular instrument, and that is how I took my decision that I want to do it now. And I started meeting new people, creating more music, performing in front of sorry, different people. And yeah, that's how my journey in music began.
Awesome. So Samaksh, any regrets looking back? You said you wanted to give it a shot at the astrophysics and then the Navy, and those unfortunately did not work out. So you went with music.
No,
So
no, no,
yeah.
no, I am not regretting it. I first started doubting myself when I was, in this journey and this situation. I was in that situation. I was very much, like just depressed. What is happening? What am I going to do in life? But then I found myself that I'm slowly growing as a musician, learning more, meeting new people, finding more opportunities. I got into teaching, and then I found out that I'm a good enough teacher, and I'm enjoying teaching other people. Along with
Drums,
drums, I
teaching
teach,
drums. Yeah.
yeah, teaching drums and little bit acoustic guitar as well. But yeah, and still, if I have to learn something about science and stuff, I am still reading some books. I still watch some videos and all. So I am just happy that I am right now where I am. So it's not that I'm regretting. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think you're enjoying it a lot more than you think if you were a astrophysicist or you were in the Navy?
Uh, well,
सोच के
yeah,
बोला.
yeah, definitely I am enjoying it more now because when you sit on a throne behind the drums, you're just very happy. There's no other thoughts coming inside of your brain. So I am also being very true to myself. I am enjoying a lot.
So both
Also,
you wanted to comment.
to build on Parag's question, I think Parag's question was, what is the similarity between uh, mathematics that we learned
Yeah,
and music? So मैं समक्ष के point of view से मैं ही बता देता हूँ कि these are all like numbers that you play with, like even if a song is there, वो 1 2 3 4 में है कि 1 2 3 4 5 6 में है, ठीक है, even the frequency that we use are 440 hertz. So these are numbers. Even if we do a small EQ, गिटार के नॉब से अगर हमने टर्न भी किया ज्यादा कम, तो फ्रीक्वेंसी हर्ट्स में नंबर 300 किलो हर्ट्ज 400 तो एवरीथिंग इज नंबर्स, ठीक है. So even
yeah,
even his counts of the song, even his polyrhythm, so like that's what his question was कि maths और ये चीज
yeah,
कैसे
yeah. So,
relate होती
so I was getting into it. So there is definitely a huge connection. Like I would say, music is just another side of maths and science. Especially I, as a physics lover, I see music as in terms of frequencies and numbers. So definitely, music is just math, and it's all numbers and frequencies, and those frequencies affect us a lot. So we are just embracing it. You know.
Sorry, I was on
Did
mute.
I?
Yeah, no, it was me.
Okay.
So it's interesting, right? So each one of you is going through their personal journey, and Samaksh, you've been very candid about what you were going through. So did this band rescue you, or did you rescue them?
So both you tell. What do you think?
I think
I think, in a band, it's very important for us to be one as a family, in spite of us making music or not. So, I really hope, I don't know if I've directly helped Samaksh, but I'm sure being around and just laughing with my boys, jamming, making music, something that we do, something that we love. I'm sure it has helped each other in many ways, many ways, in a good way.
For sure.
Yeah, because it's a
I,
camaraderie, right? Five
Of
different people
course.
coming together to create
Yeah.
something beautiful,
yep.
and
And we fight a lot, huh? We fight a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Banane
that
pe
that's
gaane
good to know.
banne
I was going
pe.
to
But
ask. Yeah.
we all rescue each other on stage when someone, misses something while playing. So we are all rescuing each other.
Rescue.
I guess when it's showtime, it's a completely different level of camaraderie, right? Because then you have
Yes.
Yeah.
an audience in front of you. It's not just the five of you together. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the fights you have.
Oh,
We'll tell
it's.
you a recent one. So we are making, if you have heard, I'm not sure if you heard all the songs of the catalog that we do, but like we used to make a lot of like sad and life serious songs, right? Starting from Nadan, it was on like mental depression and stuff like that, to Kaagazkinaav, it was about someone just like, getting, trying to find that hope and getting out of his bed, you know. Aana was about breakup. But suddenly, like, we have started making a lot of like, happy songs. But that is just two. So I wouldn't disclose that what type of songs we have more. But the 2 3 songs that we did now were more happy, right? The whole journey was happy. So one of the members said that I want to make like a sad song, and he started like a tune. Okay, and we are like, we already have a happy song that we want to complete. Okay, it's in the pipeline and people are liking it. And the member is like, no, I am not feeling happy internally. Like, it is something which is very like, you might relate to it. अगर मुझे happy नहीं लगा, I'm trying to fake it. समझ रहे हो? अब वो genuinely happy नहीं. So he wants to make a sad song at that hour and I want to make a happy song. So there is a discussion and an argument कि कौन सा करना जरूरी है, एक खत्म करना है रिलीज के लिए, एक मूड के लिए बनाना है. अगर मूड में हमने बनाया भी, there are times where we made a sad song because we were sad and it worked. To be very honest, Kaagaz Ki Naav. Okay, it came on the Spotify India's biggest chart. So I think these type of small discussions, which song to take in a show, what is the sequence of the song, how should we like arrange the set list. There are 5 minds, 5 strong minds. They don't follow each other, they just like support. So if there's 1% and 5 people are following, it's very easy. But if there are 5 people and 5 have their opinions, so there things start. But the best part is then somehow we just come gel up, put all our things, and come to a discussion and like get our boat going.
Yeah, it's also about trust, like there will be a situation where one member might not just be happy at all, but you got to trust the other member. Like, if I don't like it, 4 other members like it, fine, I'll put my step down. These guys are not dumb. I'm working with them. So they know if they see something, there has to be something. We got to just trust them then, just go with it.
Perfect.
And then it works out,
Yeah.
like 30 days later, I'm like, dude, this worked.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, it was me again. So you mentioned Spotify and the ranking. So how does it work? So you guys are becoming very popular, is what I'm hearing.
Getting there slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when was the band formed?
It's been, I think, if you find the exact, it is in the college age in 2000
2012, 13,
13 14.
13, 14.
Yeah, it's been like properly running, it has been like 5 6 years,
Five,
but
6
we are there, we wrote a song together, like main of the 3 members,
Yeah.
at least 8 9 years back.
Like a lot of people who were with us during college in Battle of Bands are in like great posts in music agencies, labels, and it's just like you can see our generation taking over the market
Market.
slowly.
Got it.
So, and of course, it's also what's helped us grow as a band, of course.
Fantastic. So tell us about Subodh, you end up penning the songs, right?
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed in your lyrics is very simple and not complicated, overly sophisticated. Like you say, Kaagaz ki naav, mere hi ho tum, it's very beautiful, very simple. I think that the lyrics are so simple, you actually don't hear them as much nowadays, right? And that soothing voice. So how do you construct the song? Do you write it first and then the music comes along, or uh, can you
I
give us a
think
glimpse of how it
so.
materialize?
For
These songs
example, like
materialize.
Austin or this guy, Bhumit, or anyone from the band, like they come with a progression or a tune. Okay, so they are like, this is something that I've come up with, and like we sit together and he plays for me, and I'm like, okay, am I getting the vibe? If I get the vibe, I tell him, okay, I want to like work on something like this, right? So he plays. I first come up with the melodies. So the best, as you said, ki you miss the lyrics and you catch the melody. The main game for me is melodies. Like how the words are flowing. Is it like, is it something that I like it first? So there are 10 melodies. I'll discard 9 of them in my brain, and I'll just come up with that one that I would vibe. Right. And I'm glad that people are listening and vibing to it. So I make myself happy first. Ki this is something that melody has come, and then I try to like fit in the lyrics. But usually when I just like hum, na ra 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 ra, I come up with like 2-3 words. Bas
Tadas.
meri hi ho, or
Na
ta
na
da
na
na
and
na.
da da da.
Yeah. But then I jot them if there is a story for a song that is going to come up. Like I can't tell more about it. So I've wrote lyrics first because that's what I was feeling at 3 a.m. So I wrote things and I presented it, and we come up with a melody. So, but 90% of the time, it's these guys that like just come up with a tune, with a progression or composition, and they are like, let's do something on this.
I mean, once we have a base, then it's fun to play around.
Yeah.
So we get a melody, you get a foundation, and then you see where you want to go.
Got it. So, what if you come up with the lyrics and a tune, and then the musicians and the band they come up with a very different tune? Does that ever happen, or?
Oh yeah, it happens so much. It happens so much because everyone, as an individual, when the kind of music that we listen to is very different. It's hilariously different.
Yeah, for sure. Samak, you can see with his looks, he is playing all this gent and metal. This guy will tell about him what he used to listen when I got him.
Yeah, so basically the idea is everyone listens to a whole different, like if I have to sit and browse music, the kind of music I would listen to is very different from the kind of music he listens to.
Yeah.
And also one thing that I love about our band is like, because there's different diversity of music listening happening in an individual member's house. When we come together and make something, everyone's happy. So I know for a matter of fact, like 5 different elements, 5 different like audience of different music genre listening are coming together to make something which all of them like. So there has to be something different about this thing that we're creating. So yeah, that's basically it.
I think the beauty of it is what you all are creating is a simplicity. It's like it's just very subtle, and it hits
Yeah.
you where it's supposed to. And uh, so it seems like you've been doing this full time for the last 5-6 years, right? So tell us about the growth. It seems like you're performing in different parts of the country. I'm not sure if you've performed abroad yet or planning to. Uh, so what has the trajectory been in the last 5 years?
What?
I think
I haven't realized.
yeah.
It's happened like it's like for I don't know how the journey of us being a normal college band boys becoming what we are. I never felt like it's just happened. It's just happened with time. I really didn't understand when did the transition happen.
So
I
that's the
think,
beauty
but
of
we
it,
got
right?
more.
Oh,
Yeah,
love it.
but I think we got more serious when like we started playing colleges with one original song at that time, when people used to like do a lot of covers and there were a lot of
We
metal
had an
bands.
original from the beginning.
That's what I told him कि ओरिजिनल से हमने चालू किया और क्या हुआ कि Spotify और ये सब चालू हो गया इंडिया में आना. And we released the song Nadan when Spotify was not ingested, but there were like Indian players. And suddenly Spotify happened, and like we released songs. And one of the song that was kaagazkinaav just actually went into the charts. And like then was the time where we started getting calls. We have heard your song. We want to call you in my college. We want to do this. We want to do that. I heard Kaagaz Ki Naav, and people started making their own stories. But if you hear that song, Bere You and all are like very simple, but that has like slightly bigger words, and like it's just sad, right? It's about the reality of life and stuff like that. So we made sure that the conversion that was happening online is something that we would want to follow. So we saw numbers and we were like, we should do this like properly. Abhi to proper gaane release karne hai. And now the things are very hefty because once you start monitoring numbers, the joy of like creating things for fun goes thoda sa side mein, to be very honest. So yeah.
Very wise with your approach. Yeah. So here is the thing, right? Of course, we will share your Instagram account in the description. Folks can keep track of where you are and where you're performing. But I think what's amazing is, 5 different people from 5 different backgrounds, you know, 5 different, ambitions, getting together and creating, beautiful music. I mean, that's a very powerful story right there. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you guys are very different, right? Umi just said that. And to be
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to,
We are.
Yeah.
yeah, and to be able to come together, perform, sometimes you have 2 people who can't get along. You have 5, right? So it's amazing. I think that's the beauty of, I think for you guys, music is above everything else, right? That's what unites you. So it's
Definitely.
Music. I mean,
beautiful to
like,
watch.
music is above everything, and this band is like a baby.
Yeah. So where do you see you guys go? Where do you see yourself going?
We want
California. LA.
but yeah, for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some
definitely.
some
The
like
dome, bro.
dome also, but like for some maybe like movie वो screening होती है ना सब ऐसे अलग अलग जगह पे. So to be very like honest, we would want to like give our music, whatever we are doing, to the Indian cinema and like to the masses rather than like sitting to the indie space, just being there. So I think like movies and web series is something that we are looking for. Apart from playing live, because playing live is
We want to
something
be
different.
everywhere, to be
Yeah,
honest. We want our
Yeah.
song to be heard in every house,
yeah,
in every way, every mode. Let it be a movie, let it be a film, let it be Kapil Sharma show, let it be the dome, let it be wherever. We want
yeah.
us. We want to be there
And
everywhere.
even he said like it's a simple like simple songs. For example, for a common person, this Samaksh for Samaksh, this song will be very simple because he can just play like anything any like at any tempo. But the main thing is song should be simple because life is already hard, right? For a normal person, the life is definitely hard. And while like bas mere hi ho, if that person and maybe his girlfriend is listening, I want it to be simple and I want them to sing. Why do I want them to make their life more difficult, right? There are some songs which are different for sure and you'll hear it. Samaksh is smiling because he knows what we are going to do in the next few songs. But I think that's the thing, we want to make it as hummable, as singable as possible for each and every. I know it sounds very like इवन यू माइट बी थिंकिंग कि यार इनके तो 6000 फॉलोवर है, ये लोग सोच रहे हैं कि बॉलीवुड में गाना देंगे, बट दैट्स व्हाट आवर थॉट वाज लाइक सिंस before. We just want to make songs and we want people
Yeah.
to hear it. Even
Yeah.
like a rickshaw driver or a cab driver can hear the song, a college student can hear the song, anyone can hear the song.
Yeah. Actually, to be quite honest, I didn't even check how many followers you have. So, to me, I just saw a great story. I saw
No,
a great story, and yeah.
yeah, to be very honest, we have been rejected by a dating app in India. They liked us last song called Jane Anjane. I'm just not making controversies, but this is a true story. So they rejected us because the song was good. They checked our Instagram followers and they're like, sorry, we can't collaborate. Another brand rejected us because we don't have Insta followers because we were not dancing in front of reels and stuff like that. So it happens.
Different people look for different
Followers, the
things.
number
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. It's got it.
It's a
But
sad part,
hey,
but yeah, we'll make like
it's been a great conversation. I've loved it, and I'm looking forward to all the new songs that you're going to release. Sounds like you're going to be experimenting some, and you know, trying to give different dimensions to your music. So very much looking forward to it. Requesting the audience to keep track of where these 5 very wonderful human beings are heading, and I hope that you continue to come back regardless of how many followers you have on Instagram. So even when they become 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, right? So
we
I
have been
think it'll
sticking
be,
to it. for the
Sorry?
whole while. We have stuck to it. Like, it's been 8 years. So we're stuck with whatever followers that we have. We are like, we'll make music, people will come.
Awesome. Well, with that, we'll wind up this particular interview and looking forward to having you a lot more.
Awesome. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for having us.